So latest purchase from Officeworks is this. It is the Norris Maths Set. It's a set of mathematical instruments. Can't quite see it. Maybe it might be too small, but it says it. It's made by Staedtler, who I believe is a reputable brand, and this is available at your local Officeworks. It has 10 things in it. Retails for under $5, which is pretty good. So we're gonna have a look. Now it comes in this nice little sort of packaging setup, I suppose you'd say. There's what looks like a metal box on the inside, sort of inside. It's half inside, half outside, and then there's this. So we'll start trying to open it up. It looks like again we'll just go with the destructive opening method. I'm not planning to returning this. A bit of tape across the front seems like it holds it in, and then it slides out quite well. It does have a description of the objects in the case on the back, which is very useful. You kind of want to know what you're buying, and if you're very literate but maybe not so good with images, it's got the names of the items. And say maybe you're illiterate or you just like to see, you're more of a visual learner, then it's got pictures of the items down here. Apart from that, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's that outer packet. So we'll put that aside for now. We're then left with this. It's very attractive. It's this sort of like smooth steel kind of look with blue over the tops. Again, 10 pieces. It tells us what's there, and it's got pictures. No list this time. So if you don't like pictures but you're very literate and you like your words, I'm afraid it's no good for you. But that's on the other packaging, so that's okay. Inside, let's have a look. Oh, it pops open quite nicely. And I like this. So something that can sometimes happen is this is made so that when it's fully open, 180 degrees, it sits nice and flat. That's excellent. Sometimes things sit at a lean or whatever. And inside, we've got, this is little plastic. It's stencils for all of your different letters and numbers. And numbers, yep. That's useful. It's sort of a flexible plastic. I don't know how. It doesn't really seem in place with the nice metal box. But it's good. It'll do the job, right? Next up, we have a little ruler. This is a 150 millimeter ruler. There's no inches on it, so we're past the imperial system. This is excellent. Again, oops, I've got it upside down. Made by Staedtler. Always got to plug your brand. They don't plug their brand on this, which is interesting. The 150 mil ruler. That's excellent. We've got a little triangle. This, I believe, will be a 30-60 degree triangle with a right angle here. Again, Staedtler, of course. One side looks like it's about 11. It's not quite. It is 10.8 millimeters measured along here, and along this one is 5.9. So some odd numbers to stop at. I'm sure they have their reasons. I've no idea what that could be. But anyway, so there's the... Then we have this one. This, I believe, is a 45-45, also with Staedtler. And one of the ways we can tell, or we should be able to tell, that's interesting. This one goes up to 7.4, and this one goes up to 7.9. So again, just odd numbers. I don't really understand. They kind of seem a bit arbitrary where they start. I don't know if you can see there, but for this row, it starts really close, but not like exactly on the edge, which is a bit weird. And for this close, obviously they had to get around this, so it's a bit further down. That's okay. Then we have there's a protractor. So 180 degrees. For anyone who doesn't know, it's 0 to 180 this way, but on the inside track is 0 to 180 the other way to make it twice as useful. It's pretty cool. In fact, if you could take the inner part out and spin it around, you'd have 360 degrees. You'd have a whole circle. Your protractor wouldn't be very good then. But again, Staedtler. All of this, this is this nice, fine quality. I think it's an acrylic. It's good. We have a sharpener. That's very useful. It's for sharpening. Sharpens your pencils. And, obviously, if you have a sharpener, where there's a sharpener, there must be a pencil. So we have here a pencil. Not, I notice, a Staedtler branded pencil. Just a regular wooden pencil. Nothing else. So that can be sharpened with the sharpener. We've got a little eraser. It's a very little eraser. It's pretty cute. It's smaller than the last knuckle of my pointer. but I'm sure it erases. It's about the same size as the sharpener, so there's a pleasing aesthetic there. We have these, which I can never remember what the names are, but I think of them as the ship's captain, navigator. You know, he's clicking across the map to discover how far it is. They do have a fancy name. I can't remember what it is. Seems like it's all right. Again, remember, this whole set is for less than $5. So, you know, it has all the things we need. And then finally, I can't remember what this is called either. But this one is where you put your pencil in here. See, if maybe someone who's like a maths teacher or something could comment and let me know, because yeah, I can't remember what it's called. But a compass. Compass, see? Schooling did well. And that way you can draw circles, or parts of circles. Arcs, actually, is parts of circles. And so that's why you have the pencil. It fits in with the compass. And again, it all seems pretty good. We've got a plastic liner made from some sort of very thin blue plastic. It doesn't need to be particularly fancy, does it? I'm not sure if I would keep that in there. It does put everything nicely in spots. And then on the back of the lid, or the inside of the lid, somewhat like a lot of these mathematical pieces of equipment, we have a whole bunch of different equivalence tables, things that tell you how much of one thing is equal to another. And here we do have some imperial measurements, so we haven't quite managed to escape all of them. I shit you not, this says avoir du poids, weight. So for some reason, avoir du poids, I think is French. At least I'm pronouncing it as though it's French. Maybe it's Greek and I'm pronouncing it wrong. But anyway, 1 grain equals 0.0648 grams and things like that. There's some theorems at the bottom. They've got a Pythagoras theorem, which everyone should remember from school. They've got an Apollonius theorem, which is interesting because I don't remember the Apollonius theorem, but apparently it means, it's a bit complicated, in any triangle the sum of the square on two sides is equal to twice the square on half of the third, together the twice the square on the median, which bisects the third side. I think I do remember this formula. It definitely wasn't written like that. It was all A's and B's and C's. There's some area of a circle, area of a triangle, etc. So, you know, this is a real grade 8 maths in a box, which is kind of handy. Some lineal measurements, so distances. Some square measurements, so area. Some cubic measurements. A cubic inch is 16.387 cubic centimeters. It's a good little piece of kit. It's got that nice little click, which is I always like the click. The click's great. So yeah, that is the Norris Maths Set by Staedtler, a set of mathematical instruments.